pure bioelectrical plant-based colloidal trace minerals. Bioelectrical meaning we're going to do an experiment with a light bulb on our next video. So if you're here now, you want to subscribe, follow, friend, whatever social media this is going to be on, we are going to show you the bioelectricity of pure, plant-based, vegan-friendly trace minerals. It's going to be incredible. Got Dr. Whiting here, and I really want to get into it. I want to discuss how it's electric. I want to discuss the experiment we're going to do. It's so exciting. The body has electric currents running through it. What does that actually mean, and what does that mean to the trace minerals?
Well, first of all, you have to understand that all living things are bioelectrical.
All living things.
Plants, animals.
Plants too, yeah.
Yes. And for optimal well-being, we should have what's called a complete circuit. Well, the human body generates about 1.5 volts of electricity. And that electricity is used to basically operate your heart, your nervous system, your brain. It is responsible for cell division. Without that electrical circuitry or potential, basically you'd be dead in a very short period of time. And you have to understand, like when your phone battery goes low, what do? You just plug it in the wall. Well, we don't have cords and outlets. So where does the human body get its electrical charge from? It gets it from the interaction of minerals across an aqueous media, or what that basically means is minerals in solution in water. And the exchange between them, for example, opposites with opposites, calcium, magnesium.
Calcium and magnesium are part of that bioelectrical?
Yeah, they're electrolytes.
Okay.
And so the opposite nature of them produces the electrical charge. Sodium and potassium is another opposite electrolyte system that is generating electricity. And in order for these major minerals to do that, to do their job, they need the support and catalytic factors with bioelectrical microtrace minerals. So there are about 55, 56 microtrace minerals, and those are needed and found in the body, hopefully, in very micro amounts, because they're not needed in high amounts. And that, in a way, is their problem, because when you have something that's present in such a small amount, a deficiency in it can create a serious deficiency, because we're not talking about much material.
Yeah, so it's like a roll of dominoes.
And that's exactly what happens. Just keep in mind that bioelectrical trace minerals, and the best source would be organic, which would mean from plants, are necessary for the formation of vitamins. They're necessary for the interaction of major minerals to create the bioelectrical circuitry that the body requires and depends on. And so, sadly, these bioelectrical organic trace minerals are oftentimes the most deficient in the diet.
Because they're completely absent from the diet.
The food that we consume is being raised on farmlands that have been depleted of these minerals for decades.
Yeah. And so the only option is to supplement with a good plant-based trace mineral formula, because you'd have to completely change your diet to get this out of fruits and vegetables, right?
Well, and even then, it may not be possible to optimal levels. If you've got a carrot that has virtually no none of these microelements.
Yeah.
Well, if you ate 1 carrot, you get none. If you eat 12 carrots, you still get none.
Okay.
Because
it's not in the carrot.
1 times 12 is still none. So
because it's the farming techniques that have been
is not in the soil anymore.
Yeah.
And can the body function without these, or with a very deficient amount? Yes, but can it function efficiently and optimally? No.
Yeah. What the bioelectrical plant-based colloidal minerals? What do the minerals do?
Well, they're mostly catalysts, and that means a catalyst is something in chemistry that causes something else to happen.
Got it.
So without a catalyst, that something
it's like
else
a helper
can't happen.
Got it.
And so when you're talking about the catalytic effect across the board, it's probably in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Wow. And so why are the minerals, we kind of talked about it, but they're virtually absent from the diet completely because of the farming that only puts the certain minerals back in, which is called the NPK?
Yeah, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium or potash. Those are the minerals that are necessary for high yield, and that's the only thing the farmer is interested in.
Yeah. And so because of that, there's no micro trace minerals left. The only way to do it is to supplement.
It's the only way that I know of. Unless, of course, you're going to raise all your own food at home.
Yeah.
In soils that you have embellished with micro trace elements. The only other way is through supplementation.
And there's somebody in the chat, hey, Mr. H, somebody's saying is there copper and in best trace mineral too?
Yes.
There is, okay.
Copper is an essential trace mineral. It is involved in calcium absorption. And yes, you will find ionic copper among the ingredients of best trace mineral.
So copper should be a part of any plant-based trace mineral formula. It's automatically going to be in there.
Well, this is the thing about if you're leaching or distilling plant-based material, humic material, that's going to leach out all of the minerals in the same ratio that nature put them in there in the first place.
And so somebody watching the live stream says, I think that there's a problem with absorption when it comes to these minerals. And that's kind of true, right?
Well, if they're plant-based and they're colloids, colloids refer to the particle size.
Yeah.
Colloids are so small they'll pass through membranes. And the size of the particle increases the absorption dramatically. If they're plant-based and not inorganic, you're going to have much higher absorption because of the cationic-anionic attraction between one. The human body is cationic. The minerals, if they're anionic, they're going to be attract because opposites attract magnetically.
And so that's why we're going to do, when we do the experiment with the light bulb.
It's fascinating.
That's why the minerals, we're going to pour it in a glass and it's going to light the light bulb up.
I can show you how these bioelectrical trace minerals can actually power a light bulb.
Wow. That's going to be so interesting. Make sure to follow and subscribe, like wherever you're watching this, because we're going to do this experiment probably tomorrow. It's going to be very, very exciting.